Make room for Javi.
Welcome to my Project a Day video, where I explain a project or tell a story each day for a year, and I attempt to complete my shop. This is day 19 of 365, and today's project is to clear out the last of Quadrant 2 and to disassemble the second set of old shelves. Today I'll share why I moved out of Miami. I know many of you across the globe might say, isn't it obvious why you moved? But Miami is where I lived for over 50 years. It still holds many fond memories. Most of my friends still live there. The culture is incredible, or at least it was. Like everything in life, we grow, we change, and so do the places in which we've lived. I'll share some Miami memories in a future story, but today is about the desire to move. As someone who's experienced Miami from the mid-60s to 2018, I can tell you the growth was a double-edged sword. An increase in population means an increase in everything good and bad. Culture, restaurant choices, clubs, traffic, good works, as well as crime. Changes in attitudes. I, like the frog in boiling water, acclimated to everything until I didn't. I wanted to move for some time to Central Florida, mostly due to my cousins who lived there. More of that in a future story. That's all it took, a seed of desire. When the time was right and the girls were in high school, we started looking. The more I looked, the faster I wanted to get out. It's amazing how being comfortable and not looking for change can blind you from the obvious. The more I traveled up and down the state, as well as other states, the more I saw how my once beloved city was no longer suited for me and my family. Away from the big city, most people are friendly, polite, greet you with a smile, and start up friendly conversations. Think of it this way. Do you know how all the neighbors around you come out to help and chat only during a natural disaster such as after a bad hurricane? Well, the people in the rest of the country outside the big cities are that way all the time. And then there's the time factor. Before, I would run around the city and still have stuff that needed to get done at 9 p.m. Where here, I'm done with everything by 1 p.m. and still have half the day to do more or just relax. Then there's the traffic, or lack thereof. I lived 15 blocks away from a Home Depot and it would take me 15 minutes to drive there. Here, the stores are 5 to 8 miles away and it only takes me 10 minutes at the most. My parents lived 8 miles away from me in the home that I grew up and it would take me 45 minutes to an hour to get there. Here, my cousins are 19 miles away and it takes me less than 25 minutes. The major decision occurred when I took stock in our lives. With telecommuting, 1 and 2 day delivery service available practically everywhere, and we actually prefer home-cooked meals most of the time. I saw that my wife and I could work from anywhere, and wherever your family was home. Big cities were great growing up, but in my 50s with a grown-up family, it was time to slow down. It was time to slow down and enjoy a life grown mostly out of hard work. In most cases, you could sell your house from a big city, pay off the remaining mortgage if any, buy a bigger house outside the city, and still have enough left over for immediate and future needs. My wife no longer has migraines. My prior anxiety is now non-existent. I enjoy the wide space of my relatively small 5-acre property. Now I'm an optimist, and this is still well beyond my expectations. I have been back a few times to visit my family and friends, and every time I go, between the traffic and the majority of the populace, the visits become fewer and further between. My wife and I enjoy traveling to various places and abroad, but with Miami, I prefer the good memories. Thank you for watching. Feel free to comment. I enjoy reading them, particularly when they're pleasant. Please subscribe, and as always, have a great day.
Make room for Javi.